What I'm going to show you now is how to use the Neurofield 64 software with the Neurofield suite of tools to use the Vagal Reset Protocol transcranial alternating current style. First, we go to our opening screen and we see that I've turned on the tACS unit and two X3000s. They're all on CAN bus 1. Here we go, CAN bus 1. We get to our select patient. Green dog will be our client again. And a simple click, we select them. I'm enabling two X3000s and one tACS unit. I'm going to select my protocol. In the Neurofield database, I scroll down to parasympathetic 0.14, that should say, not 40. It's 0.14 and 0.4 hertz. Load it in. Save and continue. Now on this, the default is 0.5 milliamps. What you're going to tell your client is that they will feel something like ants crawling or little tiny pinpricks on their mastoid processes behind their ears, and that it should not be painful, and it definitely shouldn't make them feel floaty or dizzy or like they're on a boat. So here in the Bay Area, I know I have very many sensitive clients. So I override and I start really low. I start at 0.1 milliamp. And if I need to, I'll go up from that, but that's where I start. So I have my protocol selected. I've overridden the amplitude, and I can set the runtime on this is 1 minute, 10 seconds. I'm going to want to run at least 20 minutes, so I'm going to set it for 18 loops. And save and continue. We're not using any EEG or HRV, so I can just save and continue. And now I'm at my start treatment, and I start my treatment. It's loading. Now here on this screen, I can see that I'm getting a sine wave, which is what you expect. It's a really slow sine wave, and it's a small sine wave, because remember, I selected 0.1 milliamp. If we go back and change it, this will get bigger. So I've asked my client, do you feel anything? And they say, no, I don't really feel anything. Okay, I'm going to stop this treatment. I'm going to go back to the treatment setup window. And I'm going to up this to 0.3. Save and continue. Save and continue. Start treatment. Now you see it got bigger because we're putting more amplitude into it. As long as you see a line developing here, you know you have a complete circuit, that the electrodes that are on the mastoid processes are on there correctly. If you don't see a line, it just means your circuit is broken at some point. So now the client says, yeah, I feel a little bit of pinpricks on the back of my ears. And I say, great, that you'll probably stop feeling that within 30 seconds. I want you just to relax. Do you want to listen to music, watch a movie? What would you like to do during this time? And that's the treatment. Thank you for listening. What I'm going to show you now is how to use Neurofield 64 with the Neurofield suite of tools to use the Vagal Reset Protocol using heart rate variability. I have turned on two X3000s and the heart rate variability module. They're all coming up on CAN bus 1. I select CAN bus 1. The software will catch up to us in a moment. Now we're at our patient database. All of my patients are here under aliases. This is no one's real name except for this guy. And we're going to take Green Dog at the moment. select the client with a simple click. Okay, I'm using two X3000s, so I'm enabling two PEMF devices. And then I'm going to select my protocol from the Nogier database. We're using the Nogier sets of frequencies. And what we want are all of the low frequencies to be selected from. Low frequencies all. I select that, I load it in, I save protocol and continue. I check that I have what I want, 7 frequencies, core frequencies, going out on 2 PEMFs. I save and continue. I want heart rate variability added to this, so I click my heart rate device setup, heart rate variability request. We need to calibrate to make sure that we're getting a clean recording of heart rate variability. Calibrate HRV sensor. On this window, we can see our tracing of the heart rate. And what we want is to register just one event per beat. The threshold moved, and by the picket fence, you can tell that we're getting just one recording of an event per beat. So we're good there. Get this out of our way. Save and continue. Now we start treatment. The client is getting a baseline HRV right now, calibration of heart rate variability, which is called standard deviation node to node, SDNN. You'll see it abbreviated both ways. Now he's being exposed to the first frequency, although this is just a test dummy. We're not doing the frequencies right now. We're just showing you how the software works. What will happen is that the heart rate variability will be measured after each exposure of PEMF. We have a baseline heart rate variability of 43.52 and a subsequent SDNN of 18.85. If this were a real treatment session, I would have started over to get a baseline that's lower than that. The client apparently went into a relaxation cycle just as this began. So oftentimes you'll just have to stop and start over a few times until you get an SDNN that's more in the 15 to 20 range. From that, it's easier to get a hit. A hit is characterized as being 10 milliseconds increase in heart rate variability. So what you're seeing here in this graph is the first stim, the response to the first stim, the response to the second stim, response to the third stim. If this were a real treatment situation, at the end there would be one of these 7 sets that was much higher than the others. We're going to let it just finish. We're at 5 now. The Nogier frequencies were discovered by Dr. Paul Nogier and roughly demonstrate the 7 chakras of the body, 7 organizing systems of the body. It's a fascinating tool for assisting the body's ability to heal itself. Okay, so we did 7 from this. The baseline is much higher, so we didn't get any hits. As you see in this table, there are no hits. However, we can tell just by looking that frequency 4 got the biggest increase in heart rate variability. So, frequency 4, I'm going back here. 4, this tissues is A, so 4, A, B, C, D. 4 would be laterality, D, low. We load that one in, save protocol and continue, save and continue. We still want heart rate variability. We still have our threshold set in, save and continue. and start treatment. Now what will happen if I had a real client set up is that client's going to be exposed to the 20 frequencies that are part of the D set. The software will save all of those that represented a 10 millisecond increase in heart rate variability. And that can be then clicked as a protocol. You'll take off the heart rate variability and loop the final protocol for 20 minutes. I'm going to just let this run so I can show you the rest of the steps. Okay, so out of the D set, my client had 5 frequencies that it responded to with an increase of heart rate variability. So we're going to use the HRV hits. We're going to set it up to run for about 20 minutes. Let's just let it run. I'm putting in a lot of loops just so I can let it run as long as I want. Save and continue. We're not doing HRV feedback now. So we turn that off, save and continue, and now we just deliver this protocol that we made. And that's that. I will deliver it for about 20 minutes. Thanks for your attention. I want to thank you for watching our video today. For more information, go to advancedtherapycenter.org and neurofield.org. And remember, no matter what you're up against, if you keep working on it,